SBR Sports Picks. I'm Peter Loshak. Today is Wednesday, May 24th. We are continuing our coverage of the NBA playoffs right now with Troy West from TroyWins.com. It's been a wild and wacky playoffs, of course, as we mention every show. Today we're going to just talk about the current futures odds that are available to win the NBA championship because they're kind of interesting. We'll get to that in a second. Tomorrow, of course, we have Game 5 between Boston and the Cavs, and Troy and I will cover that tomorrow. But Troy West, these lines have been very, very tight. Yesterday, I took the first half over 105.5, just lost it by a hair. And then last night, obviously the Cavs in the first half was a bad bet. So anyone who took that was definitely on the wrong side. But the full game spread was almost dead on, and the Cavs actually took a shot clock violation at the end to give the cover to Boston, right?
They did. You just sometimes you can't catch a break, Pete. We're obviously ice cold in terms of the NBA playoffs go. But, yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, you look at Cleveland, they outscore Boston by 23 points in the second half, outscore them by 17 in the third quarter. Teams like Cleveland, you just don't know what you're going to get from them. If they want to beat Boston by 40 points, they'll beat them by 40 points. It's kind of one of those things that they're so complacent. I think teams like Cleveland, they almost get bored of playing the same team night after night after night, especially when they know they've got the Warriors to come here in about a week. So it just really makes the scores unpredictable. If anybody thinks they can call these on a dime, more power to you. But, you get teams like Cleveland, Pete, that are playing Boston for, the 8th, 9th, 10th time this year, for God's sakes. And they know they can manhandle them, so they take the first two quarters off and then decide, the third quarter will outscore them 40-23. And then the fourth quarter will outscore them by 6 and we'll win by 13. We don't give a shit about the cover. So, yeah, it's really made for a wonky playoffs. More power to you if you're in the black. We're obviously not at this point, but it's been a wild ride. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you could necessarily be ice cold if the market is nailing these numbers pretty dead on, and especially with the totals. The total has been within 2 or 3 points of the final score in each of the games in this series. So right now, let's take a look at some of the futures odds. You brought up some interesting points about Cleveland's motivation against Boston. They're obviously looking ahead to a Golden State. So the question is, how much of the full potential are we seeing here from the Cavs or not? And right now, Golden State, I'm seeing about minus 260, 270, 280 market wide on the futures odds to win the NBA championship, and the Cavs are about plus 240 on the other side. And I have seen some advanced analytics and some guys who really crunch these numbers well, indicating that there might be huge value there with Golden State. Again, that's just to win. That's just to win 4 out of 7 games, not to win in 6 or 5 or get a sweep. I've seen some advanced analysis that indicates that Golden State maybe should be closer to like a 90% favorite here, that their odds should be closer to about minus 1,000. So you might be able to make up a lot of the losing that people might have had from some of the wonky results in the NBA playoffs so far, with just a big futures bet on Golden State at minus 260 or minus 270. What do you think, Troy?
Pete, it's interesting. Like I told you in some of my other videos, this will be the 3rd straight year that we've picked Golden State to win the finals, and I have no reason to believe anything different. This team is in absolute cruise control right now. And yes, even at the minus 260, professional bettors out there, they typically don't want to play those high lines. But I truly do believe this is one of those few times that you can lay a substantial amount of money, win back, obviously not as much. But, man, this Golden State team is rock and rolling. Kevin Durant's motivation to win an NBA championship is at an all-time high. The only thing that's going to set this team back, Pete, would be an injury. This Golden State team, Curry's playing his best ball. Green, Thompson, they've got the bench. Iguodala's playing good. Livingston's playing well. Kevin Durant's obviously been virtually unstoppable. How can you bet against them? I know Cleveland's a good team, and Cleveland's going to step it up another notch, but I do not think they have the bench or the firepower right now to beat the Golden State Warriors in a 7-game series, especially when home court advantage goes through Golden State in Oracle. I just don't see it. I think there is some value there, Pete. I really do.
Yeah, there might be a lot of value, in fact, because, again, as I've been looking around and doing some deeper research into this, and I've been seeing some people saying Golden State, some people who really do, advanced analysis saying Golden State, like a 90% chance to win this series. Maybe if you want to take a shot and get better odds, maybe make a call on Golden State to win in 7, 6, or 5. As we sit here right now, it's kind of tough. I mean, the Cavs. We thought they were going to make you made the prediction that the Cavs would struggle a little bit against Boston, and Boston has won one game. We'll see if they can come out if they can pull out a miracle in Game 5. But do you think that that Golden State actually might be a good bet on a sweep? Golden State take it in 5. If someone wanted to try to get much better odds with a specific result in the NBA Finals, what would you think might be the best way to go?
I think the best way to go would be about a 5 or 6.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think this one goes 7. I think Golden State is by far the more superior team. And I actually, like you said, Pete, I'm a little shocked that minus 260 is even available. I don't think they'll sweep them. Cavaliers aren't that bad. They're definitely going to get a game in Cleveland. But I'll tell you what, it is going to be, I suspect Golden State to be minus 6, minus 7 in those first couple games. They were last year, if you remember right. Mm-hmm. Those first 2 games were in Golden State. They were favored by 6, 7 points. I expect it to be that, if not even higher, which gives them a substantial edge in the first 2 games. Then going into Cleveland, I suspect Golden State to be favored in those games by 3 or 4 points. So I think they'll be favored throughout the whole series. I think Cleveland gets a game. If I was to go on an exacto, I would go Golden State in 5.
All right, Troy West. Well, Golden State in 5 will definitely have the shortest odds out of all the exact series results that the books will be offering. We'll see what those odds are when they come out. Assuming that Cleveland does manage to get by Boston, we will cover a Game 5 tomorrow. Troy, you and I, and again, my sense is right now that these advanced analytics guys might be onto something here, that there's a currently good value with Golden State just to win the series, even at about minus 260 or 270. Troy West's website is troywins.com. Give a plug for your website, Troy.
Hey, thanks, Pete. I appreciate it. Hey, I know there's a lot of haters out there. Hey, it's all good, Pete. They're mouthing me a little bit of everything. Hey, we all go through tough times. If anybody's winning consistently every single day, more power to you. troywins.com, been in business now almost 14 years. Do things the right way. Really encourage people to come take a look. We're going to get things back on track. Tough loss yesterday with Cleveland. They found the wrong time to turn it on. A little bit too late, but it happens. It's troywins.com. Still red hot in the MLB right now, Pete, and really looking forward to finishing and covering the NBA Finals with you guys.
Okay, thanks, Troy.
Thanks, guys.
Well, this episode of The Odds Couple is over. But if you give us a like and click SBR's logo at the bottom of the screen to subscribe, then you'll get all the upcoming videos as soon as they come out. And don't forget to take advantage of our website. There's free picks, live betting lines, and sportsbook reviews and ratings guides, and a whole lot more. Check it out now.